Shako Mako, everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Joe Austin, and today I'm going to show you the best way to set up the shortcuts for your new Sony a7RV. Stay tuned. So the new Sony a7RV have a lot of features, so today I'm going to show you how you can maximize the shortcuts to use all of those for photos and also for videos. So regardless if you're a photographer or videographer, I'm going to show you both. So this is the best way for me. You can copy it, you can make some adjustment to it, or not use it at all. Okay, so first we're going to customize the photo aspects, and then some buttons we may leave them the same, some we may change. So I've already mapped mine, so I'm just going to show you each button and what it's going to do. Okay, so first one, the AEO, which is the one located over here. What I do with my Sony a7 III, I use the same thing. It's the recognizing target. So you can select what targets to recognize. So for me, it's the human, birds and animals, and insects. I like to shoot macros. So this is the one I'm used. So with 3 clicks, you can rotate all of them. The second one is the silent shooter, which is over here. Just a lot of times, like I said, I like to shoot animals and birds and insects, and I like to use the silent, and it's a little bit faster when you do burst shot. Third one, it's the cropping. So this is really important. I mean, this is one of the reasons that I got the Sony a7RV. It's because the huge sensor, huge megapixel. So with one button you can crop into 26 megapixel. That would give me the extra zoom. I don't have a very big zoom or telephoto lens. I mean, the further I have, it's the 70-200 f2.8. I also have a mirror lens, and that's actually pretty decent. It goes to 1600. So with this, I will even get more reach. So imagine 1.5 of a 1600, which is 2400. That's crazy. It's a mirror lens. I mean, we talked about it before. It's not that sharp, but it's not bad. Okay, fourth button, it's going to be the zebra, just so you can do your highlights, you don't get overexposed pictures. That's very important. And bottom one, it's for the steady shot. And this one is useful for when using like telephoto with the really low shutter speed. You want to have the exact focal length for your steady shot. This way you can optimize it. Okay, let's go to the next buttons. Okay, so we have number 1. So the first button is the stick. This one I have the focus stand, which is once you hold it, it focuses right in the middle. I find that pretty useful in case I don't think we're gonna have that issue with the Sony a7RV because autofocus is crazy. The one in the middle, that's gonna be the track on. So you click it on and start tracking the subject. Click it on again, stop tracking. Very helpful as well. Number 3, which is the one on the left, we have the drive mode, which is to select a single shot, burst, timer, all that. And the one on the right is the focus magnifier. In case I'm doing manual focus, trying to get real close, that would help me get the picture extra sharp. And in the bottom is the focus mode, which is continuous, single shot, auto, manual. Okay, now we have the top 2. So these 2 used to be like C1 and C2. Now it's the record button, but we're gonna leave it as movie shooting, which is that. I mean, you can change it to whatever you want, so you can have an extra button. But with the amount of buttons I have, I'm just gonna leave it as is. And the second one, which is the C2, is gonna be the focus area. So you want it to focus in the middle. You have like the flexible spot. Very helpful. If your lens have a button, then you can use that for an additional customization. So this one is just hold. So if I'm focusing, I want to hold it that position, just press the button, keep holding it. It's going to keep the focus at that point. And now we're going to come to the dials, which is my favorite because now instead of 3, we have 4 dials. We can customize all of them. I always didn't like that dial was for exposure because I never used it. So first one, second one, it's gonna be the same for shutter speed and f-stop. And this dial, I'm doing it for ISO. And the last one is the one in the back. That's gonna be my white balance control. So I'm gonna leave it on Kelvin, and I can change the temperature. So I don't wanna shoot auto anymore, and this is the perfect way. I've been working on that, and pictures comes up a lot better when you control the white balance. It's very important. And that's gonna bring us to the video. So with videos, let's take a look. So a lot of buttons are gonna be the same. The only difference is, so for this one, which is the C1, over here I have zoom instead of the crop sensor and full frame, because a lot of times you're already shooting in crop sensor. So for example, if you're shooting 8K, that's crop sensor, that's not a full frame. And you can't crop it more. So at this point, you can zoom in. It would give you 1.5, but so technically it's like you're shooting a 6K. That's a lot of quality. You don't need that. So you can give you that extra reach that you need. So that's the only thing that I changed in the first one. On the second one, everything changed because the buttons that's on the back, this is your full control. The one we had with the photo, it's just for photo. This one is for video. So we have track on. So the one in the middle, it's to switch from autofocus to manual. I know some lenses, they already have that. You can switch it and leave. Some lenses, they don't. And I don't want to keep holding the hold button to hold the focus. So if I got the focus right and I want to leave the camera, if it fits on a stand or something, I can leave it and go do my adjustment. So this is really helpful. Gamma assist, because I usually shoot profile, so I'm gonna need that. Profile picture, which is on the right. Again, because with video, you want to shoot in S-Log or Cinetones. And the bottom, it's the magnifier. One thing, I may change the picture profile with magnifier just so they can be similar to the one with the pictures. Just get used to it a little bit more. Over here, which is the top two, the recording button, I change it to file format. This way I can switch from 4K to 8K or 1080p. That's going to be really helpful, because if you're already in the video, you can shoot with this. You can enable it and you can just use the shooting button to shoot the video. And the second one is still similar to the picture profile, which is choosing your focus area. So the button, if there's a button on the camera, it's to hold focus. And as far as for dial, the dial is going to be the same. This is the way that I map my keys. This is the best way for me to do my buttons on my Sony a7RV. It would give me everything I need, whether if I'm shooting photos or videos, all the control that I need, it's there. Let us know in the comments if you have like a better technique, better mapping, and let's learn from each other. If you learned something from the video, give me a thumbs up. You know what would be even better? If you can subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell. This way you can get all my videos as soon as I upload them. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.